The Lost Children in the Woods. Once upon a time, in a small cottage deep in the woods, there lived a poor woodcutter and his two children, Chinu and Tia. They were very poor, and with every passing day, they struggled more and more to find enough food to eat. The stepmother was very harsh, and she often complained about the family's misery. One cold evening, the stepmother whispered to the father,
"We cannot feed the children any longer. We must take them into the forest and leave them there."
The father, who loved his children dearly, was reluctant but had no choice. So, with heavy hearts, they prepared for their journey. The next morning, the parents took Chinu and Tia deep into the forest. As they walked, Chinu quietly picked up white pebbles and dropped them along the way. When the parents left them in the forest, Chinu and Tia were not afraid. Chinu pointed to the sparkling pebbles that led them back home. But the next day, the stepmother, even more desperate, convinced the father to take the children deeper into the forest. This time, Chinu had no pebbles. Instead, he dropped breadcrumbs, hoping they would lead the way back. However, the birds of the forest swooped down and ate the crumbs, leaving the children lost and hopeless. As they wandered deeper into the woods, Chinu and Tia stumbled upon a house made entirely of candy, gingerbread, and sweets. They could hardly believe their eyes. They were so hungry that they began eating the house. But suddenly, the door creaked open, and an old woman appeared, inviting them inside with a warm smile. The old woman seemed kind, but she was a wicked witch. She locked Chinu in a cage to fatten him up, while Tia was made to cook meals for him. Each day, the witch would check Chinu's finger to see if he was getting plump enough to eat. But clever Chinu showed her a thin bone, fooling the witch into thinking he was not getting any fatter. One day, the witch told Tia to check the oven to see if it was hot enough for roasting. Tia pretended not to understand, asking the witch to show her how. The witch bent over to look inside the oven, and without hesitation, Tia pushed the witch in and slammed the door shut. The wicked witch was gone forever. Inside the witch's house, Chinu and Tia discovered a chest filled with gold coins and jewels. With the treasure in hand, they quickly ran out of the house, leaving the dark forest behind. Their hearts were light, for they knew they had finally escaped their troubles. When Chinu and Tia reached home, they were overjoyed to see their father. The stepmother was gone, and their father had missed them dearly. With the treasure they had found, the family never went hungry again. From then on, they lived happily ever after. Moral: courage, cleverness, and kindness can always overcome even the most difficult challenges.